Today it's so nice outside that we're going to make this video from here, and we're going to take a little trip through history. Did you know that a simple food saved thousands of people on the most dangerous journeys in history? For centuries, scurvy decimated sailors. But in 1768, the famous Captain James Cook set out on his journey around the world carrying tons of barrels of sauerkraut. And thanks to this fermented cabbage, which preserved its vitamin C, none of his 118 sailors died of scurvy on a journey that lasted almost 3 years. That same remedy that saved lives at sea is what we need for modern life today. So sauerkraut was not just food, it was survival medicine. If you've ever felt anxious, had brain fog, or struggled with chronic inflammation, the solution lies in your second brain, which is your gut. And this is medicine for the gut, for our digestive system. Today I'll share a sauerkraut recipe that can serve as your own medicine. I'm also going to share with you why this food is vital for your bone and cardiovascular health, thanks to a vitamin that is only produced during fermentation, vitamin K2. What is the science behind sauerkraut and probiotics? This food is much more than just cabbage with salt. A process where the natural bacteria in cabbage convert its sugars into lactic acid. This acid is what preserves the food and, most importantly, transforms it into a superfood. Homemade sauerkraut has a high concentration of beneficial bacteria for your health, which often surpasses many commercial yogurts and kefirs. These bacteria strengthen the intestinal barrier and modulate the immune response. Remember that 70% of your immune system is in your gut. By improving your gut flora with sauerkraut, not only does your digestion get better, but it also helps reduce inflammation markers that are associated with stress and anxiety. That's why a happy and healthy gut means a coherent and clear mind. Fermentation is crucial because it produces a form of vitamin K2 menaquinone. 7-menaquinone. 7. This vitamin is essential and it works. It helps like a traffic cop. For calcium, it helps calcium bind properly to the bones, which is bone health, and it prevents calcium from building up in the arteries. Cardiovascular health. We can make white sauerkraut from white cabbage, and we can make red sauerkraut from red cabbage. Both types of sauerkraut are very good, both recipes are the same, but red sauerkraut offers an extra boost of antioxidants. For health, recipe. We're going to use a whole cabbage, about 1 to 1.5 kilos, and sea salt. The salt has to be pure. It can't be table salt, because it shouldn't have iodine, it shouldn't be fluoridated, and it shouldn't have any additives. When we read the ingredients on the salt, it should just say it contains salt, nothing else. And we can use, if we like to add flavor, spices, like for example whole peppercorns, chopped garlic, mustard seeds, bay leaves, whatever we like. The red pigments are what give it that high content of antioxidants and also anti-inflammatory properties that white cabbage doesn't have. That's why, if what we're looking for is a greater anti-inflammatory effect, we're going to make sauerkraut with red cabbage. What white cabbage has to offer is a more classic and mild flavor. Let's get to the recipe. Well, to make this sauerkraut, I only got these 2 cabbages. I don't have 3, but they're small. One is very big, that's why I have 3, just in case we run out. What we do is remove the outer leaves, because the plant already has its own protection. These will be useful for us later. It's hard to remove since some leaves are already gone. They've already taken quite a lot from this one too. We keep these because they'll be useful. We jump. Subscribe. We're going to remove this hard part. And now what we're going to do is chop it really finely, as finely as you can. subscribe. Subscribe. Well, I chopped up the two we had and separated them into two parts. One cabbage on one side and the other on the other side. Now what we're going to do is weigh it. Let's go ahead and weigh how much cabbage, how many vegetables we have here. Subscribe. Because this is made with the brine from the cabbage's own liquid, subscribe. In this case, we're going to prepare it at 2.5%. In the previous video, you saw that we prepared the vegetables at 2%. It's perfect between 2 and 2.3, 2.5. We'll do this at 2.5 since we may add some water later. So we have 888 grams. Subscribe Ripolo to find out what kind of salt and how much salt we're going to add. Let's calculate this on the calculator. 888 grams times 0. 0.25. This is 2.5% and it's going to give us 22.2. Those are the grams of salt we're going to add. 22 grams of salt. $22.5 is fine. 22.4. It's hard to be precise sometimes. Yeah, these scales are supposed to be precise, but honestly, they don't work that well. Well, here we have 22 grams of salt. For 800 grams, we expect 80 of cabbage. We're going to leave it like this. What we do is add the salt, we stir a little so that the salt reaches all the cabbage. The container ended up being a bit small for me. The container, it doesn't matter. I need to make sure the salt reaches every corner. Now I'm also touching salt at the bottom. And we're going to leave it for a little while for now. Just let it rest a bit while we prepare the other one because later we'll have to massage it. Alright. Let's weigh this one. Here is 715. 715 grams of vegetables will do the same calculation. My fingers end up very dirty. 715 times 0.25. This is equal 17.875 grams or about 18 grams. There we have 18 grams. We do the same thing. See how it's already starting to. It starts making the cabbage release its own water. Now we're going to massage it for 5 minutes, and while I massage it, I have something important to tell you, which is that the salt we're going to use has to be sea salt or Himalayan salt. If possible, it shouldn't be iodized or fluoridated salt, because this won't help us. With the bacteria that we're trying to get to reproduce, Iodine kills the bacteria. So what we're going to look for in the salt we're going to use is that in the ingredients, when we look at the package, it says ingredients. Salt, that's it. Sea salt or maybe mountain salt like from the Himalayas. Pink salt, but it shouldn't contain additives or any added ingredients. Okay, and now we're going to knead it for 5 minutes, and for this I'm going to ask Crystal to help me knead it. She starts to release her own little water with the kneading. And this is what's going to become our brine. The first one we are going to make will be a classic sauerkraut, the traditional flavor. See how it's releasing its own liquid? That's the vegetables water, now in brine. So we're going to start putting it in the jar. And we're going to press it down with super clean hands, putting it in. That's it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Like an alchemy. I love doing this. Let's go a little further. Very good, that's it. It's very hard not to make a mess when you're making sauerkraut. Don't worry. Almost impossible. We could add a little bit more, but not much more. That should be enough. We press really well. Let's take it. All the vegetables have to be under the liquid. Absolutely. For that, in sauerkraut, what is usually used are the leaves themselves. We're going to add a little more liquid, just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it. Let's try to use the healthiest leaves, not the ones from the outside, not the outer ones. Maybe some between the last layer and the one before it. That doesn't have dirt mainly? Here's what we do. I'll take some of this off. More hudo. And with that little leaf, what we're going to do is push. See all the cabbage downwards? We can also put a weight in the middle. So what we're going to do is make it stay. The liquid on top, as you can see, contains no cabbage at all. And this is what gives safety to the food, because it will protect it. And if this had mold, it's not a problem, because we're going to remove it and we'll have a healthy product. It stayed down there from... All the cabbage stayed under the liquid, and with this we close it. There it is. And there we have it sealed. Well, now it's airtight. We put on the date. My fingers are still purple even after washing my hands. And we take this to a dark, dry and cool place. Now I'll tell you more details, but first let's make the other recipe I want to share with you. Now we're going to make this second version more personalized, more stylish. I am a horror. We're going to add some spices, seasonings to this recipe. We're going to add them. This is a bit of rosemary from my garden. I had a few sprigs left. It's dry, but it's already clean. We're going to add a bay leaf. We're going to add Goodbye, we're going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Just a little bit more. Just a little black pepper too. Just 5 little balls and a pinch. This is smoked paprika. Just a little bit. And here we have a little clove of garlic, finely chopped. Just 1 clove. We let it rest a little longer, and now we have enough. Let's add it. If it happens to need more water, which I doubt, you can prepare a 2% brine and add that water, or if it's just a little, you can add a splash of water. It won't do anything to it, it won't change it much. Today. We're pressing down really well. We take out the little vegetables that are floating, and everything else will stay at the bottom of the liquid. We're going to close it there. Alright, it's ready now. We put the label on and we're done. And we ended up with 2 beautiful jars of sauerkraut. One with the traditional recipe and another with the personalized recipe with seasonings. If you wanted to sell this product, you could do it perfectly. Let's go to dinner. Store this finished jar at the room temperature between 18 and 22 degrees. In a cool place, dark, where sunlight doesn't reach it, where no light reaches it. You can start tasting the sauerkraut after 7 days of fermentation. You can try it from the first week and also after 2 weeks, but you'll see that the flavor keeps changing. And generally, the more you like sauerkraut, the longer you let it ferment. But you can, since maybe you've never made sauerkraut before, you can keep tasting it to see at which point you like it best, for a gourmet flavor or a sauerkraut. A deep and mild flavor, you can only get that with time. Here, I would recommend that you leave it for 4 to 8 weeks. The longer it ferments, the more complex its flavor will be. We'll monitor it daily if possible, otherwise every 2 or 3 days. To make sure the cabbage always stays below the brine, always. It can't stick out because if it does, mold will form. And that's our recipe and recommendations for making sauerkraut. When you make your own sauerkraut, you're taking control of your microbiota and you're investing in your bone health and your cardiovascular health. That's why the health of your body and the calmness of your mind begin on your plate with your diet. I'd like you to tell me in the comments what you like most about this video. And what do you like most about my latest videos on health and wellness in the kitchen? If this video inspired you to make sauerkraut, subscribe and give us a thumbs up so I know these videos help you. And of course, share it with anyone you think this could really help. Explore the mind-body-spirit connection further on my channel, Portal Coherencia. I'll leave a link up here for you to click and visit. We discuss ways to improve with meditation and neuroplasticity. I'll be there to read your comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.